Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I want to talk about the issue I have with putting warm white LEDs inside of Spooky Town or Haunted Village pieces in general. If you look at a lot of more modern Lemax pieces and even Department 56, they all seem to have an abundance of warm white or obnoxious LEDs that sort of take away from the effect of having a creepy village. For instance, what could have been a really eerie building illuminated with ultraviolet lights and lightning, all of a sudden now just have warm white lights that are inviting you inside. So what I have done is I've taken a few buildings such as the Horrid Haunted Hotel and the Witching Hour. I have replaced the majority of warm white LEDs with new ultraviolet, green, and red LEDs, which really bring back the classic Spooky Town vibe. With the Horrid Haunted Hotel, there really wasn't even much wrong with it in the original lighting. It's nowhere near as bad as some of these others. But the room on the left side had a much brighter light, and so I dimmed it down with just a piece of tape stuck in there. And then originally it had green lights down below, and I added ultraviolet instead, which I think really complements the haunted house type buildings because it has that moonlight feel. And the Horrid Haunted Hotel really didn't have any ultraviolet originally. Additionally, on the top where it says all of our rooms are padlocked, it has this sign. Originally was warm white, and I added a red LED there, which really makes it look a lot more creepy. All the pink LEDs I ended up leaving because it's really a unique color, and I even added a pink LED into Madame Ashbury's House of Wax when I redid the lighting in that house. One last thing to note about the Horrid Haunted Hotel is it has an advanced PWM output on its computer chip to do the fading staircase light effect. And if you connect an LED in reverse polarity to the one that's connected regularly, you can get the effect that is on the sign in the front. If you look now, it's actually a blinking, occasionally fading light that sort of has almost a random pattern, which kind of gives the effect of a light that's sort of burning out or flickering, kind of like a haunted house or horror movie feel. And it's, I think, a lot better than the original light that was just always on. And I don't even know why they didn't use the other PWM output to do something, because it's actually programmed into the computer chip. As far as the Witching Hour goes, originally it was pretty terrible. It had like 4 warm white LEDs, one that shone directly on the clock face, which was pretty bright, and it also had these 2 on either side of the door in the middle, which were just way too bright and looks just Christmas. And so I replaced the ones on the door with 2 green, and the clock face is now an ultraviolet, which again kind of brings back the Spooky Town original vibe, and I think the green is good for the Witch's Tower. Additionally, inside where the cauldron is, originally was a bright warm white light, which just isn't spooky, and I put in an ultraviolet. I think potentially a green or orange or other color might have done better because you can barely notice ultraviolet now. I ended up leaving the warm white LED that's behind the tower that shines up on the wall. I thought it looked decent, and it sort of reminds me of like a moon or something, so I thought that was okay. But then what you'll notice is there's actually a light behind the clock, which looks actually really nice now that I removed the original warm white that shines on the front. And it is a lot more interesting to have 2 different tones of light on the tower itself. And it's just really bizarre that they actually even had a light inside, because originally I didn't even notice it because of the bright warm white on the outside. So if you end up removing the LEDs like I did, you'll notice there's actually a light behind there. So overall, my lighting improvements I think make the buildings look a lot more uniform to the old ones, and it improves the creepy feel of Spooky Town. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel to see more. If you have any questions about modifying your buildings with improved lighting, just let me know in the comment section. I'm happy to help. And I'm also going to be trying to open a Lemax building rehab shop. I have gotten pretty good at repairing and fixing electrical issues and problems on these buildings now. So if anybody has a broken or dying Lemax building that has issues, again, leave me a comment, or also on my About page in my YouTube, you can see I have an email so you can contact me. So thank you all for watching. If you have any questions or comments, just let me know.